Alright, this is my final list of the year. This is top 10 underrated / overlooked films of the year. I almost said overrated. That's not true. These are films that I had a really good time with at the theater that might not necessarily be great movies, but I still enjoyed them. So let's get started with the list. The same rules apply on this list as the past two lists. Comes at Night is definitely not as bad as its IMDb rating or its Rotten Tomatoes audience score. It's not as good as critics say it is either. It is a very enjoyable psychological thriller, and that's the thing. It's a psychological thriller. This movie was mismarketed big time, and mismarketed poorly, because it's marketed as a horror movie, and it's not that. It's more of a subdued, nuanced home invasion thriller with horror elements and really great performances. It's not as good, again, as I said, not as good as critics say it is. However, I don't understand the hate for it. It's kind of like that movie The Witch. A lot of people are going to hate it, but critics love it. I'm somewhere in between. I think it's enjoyable, not great, but definitely not worthy of all the hate it gets. The Lost City of Z is definitely a movie that is too long, but also a movie that people were expecting one thing and didn't get that, so now it's hated. This was never supposed to be the next Indiana Jones, and I think people really got that vibe from the trailers for this movie. It's supposed to be the story of a man trying to find a new world, that sense of discovery. It's not about the adventure. This is another one that critics loved, audiences didn't really seem to like. I really like this movie. It's just there are 8 other movies that I think are a little more underrated. Man's Bodyguard is such a cartoon, but yet it is so damn fun. It actually got better reviews than I thought it would, and audiences really seem to like this movie, and I can see why. I mean, you got 2 likable leads in Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson who actually have great chemistry. The action scenes are actually really fun to watch. Executed to its full potential, and it's cliched as hell, but sometimes that's all you need. This is the movie that did it for me, and it's just a huge escape from real-world problems. You just want to sit back for 2 hours, have a good time, watch The Hitman's Bodyguard. Arthur: Legend of the Sword is the latest film from Guy Ritchie, and critics really do not like Guy Ritchie. Ritchie's got such a unique style, and while there are times in the movie where his style doesn't really fit in, his music, his soundtracks are so great. And yeah, the movie looks like a huge video game, but I don't care. I enjoyed it. The CGI is crap, but you know, who cares? This is how I feel, and I personally enjoyed King Arthur. Fun action sequences, so there's that. Fire is basically a ripoff of Reservoir Dogs. It's a movie that is in one location and is one massive shootout, but man, it is funny, it is entertaining, it is well acted, and it is well directed. I've never really had as much fun as I did with Free Fire as I have with other contained action movies and thrillers. This is hilarious. I mean, if for nothing else, even if you don't like the movie, I would say you would have to admit that you laughed a whole bunch of times, especially with Charlton Copley. That guy puts on a show. Underpants, the first epic movie, is number 5, and people don't like this movie either. I don't know why. I grew up with these books when I was little. This movie was very nostalgic for me. If you don't like potty talk in movies, then with a movie that's called Captain Underpants, that's based off a book series called Captain Underpants, you should know what you're getting yourself into. And plus, this movie's got Professor Poopy Pants as the main villain. A+ right there. A Cure for Wellness is a movie that critics and fans really did not gravitate towards, even though everybody always asks for originality. This is one of the most original films of the year. I enjoyed watching it. I really don't understand the hate for this movie, and it's one that really flew under the radar. It's about a half hour too long, and there are very similar sequences to Shutter Island, but the third act of this movie is just beyond mesmerizing and really plays with your mind, and it really had me thinking long after the movie, and that's something I really appreciated. On top of great performances, it was nice to see Jason Isaacs in a movie like this, and really great directing from Gore Verbinski. Yeah, this one flew under the radar, and I don't understand the hate for this one. Life probably makes this list because I'm a huge Jake Gyllenhaal fan. Life doesn't offer anything new to the sci-fi genre. It's cliched, and it's everything you've seen before. But for an hour and a half, I was entertained. I got to escape from a real world. I think it's got a great ensemble cast. Danny Espinosa, who I didn't think did all that great of a job directing Safe House, I think does a very more complete job directing this movie. And I just really enjoyed it. I mean, the creature, the alien, was actually pretty scary, and there were some sequences that had me on the edge of my seat. That's what I like about life. Sorry. People are probably going to get mad at me for putting Alien Covenant on this list. I really enjoyed Alien Covenant. This is the best in the Alien series since Aliens. This is the third best in my opinion. I think it's way better than Alien Cubed, or Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection. And it's a lot better than Prometheus. Everything everybody wanted to happen in Prometheus happens in this movie, and people still get mad. I don't get why. It's like the hate for The Last Jedi. I don't understand this criticism for this movie. It's a blast. It's what I wanted to see from Prometheus. I really hope now that Disney has bought Fox that Ridley Scott gets to finish off this prequel trilogy to Alien. Guys, give this a chance. It's not as bad as you think it is. Even if you have seen it, watch it again. It's not boring. It doesn't disregard everything. It's got some great characters. Yeah, the character problem's still but really fun action, really well directed, really well shot movie too. Alright, we're down to my number one pick for most underrated movie of the year. Everybody's gonna disagree with me on this, but again, this is my opinion. This is my list. This is probably the movie I had some of the most fun with. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales is by far my least favorite in the entire Pirates of the Caribbean series. It is not a good movie, however, it does not deserve a 20-something% on Rotten Tomatoes, nor the 39 out of 100 on Metacritic. Lots of fans seem to really like this one. A lot of people can agree it's the best one in the franchise since the first one. Look, the more and more I rewatch this movie, the more I appreciate it. It is so damn fun. It doesn't reinvent the wheel for the franchise, but when I'm watching this movie, all the action sequences are really fun. I just love watching whimsical pirate sea adventures, and I love how the pirates are yet again supernatural. Javier Bardem does a really good job. I never really liked Jack Sparrow in this on first watch, but now I realized, oh, this is supposed to be Jack Sparrow when he's older, so he's gonna act like a huge drunkard. It is a satisfying movie, and it really comes full circle with the first three in the franchise. Out of all the movies on this list, this is the one I had the most fun with. It's definitely the most fun to watch. It's definitely really well made, and it's really well directed. I like this movie. I'm sorry. A lot of people are probably not going to like this, but the Pirates series does it for me. They're great guilty pleasure movies. I like them a lot, and I really like this one, and it's really taken me a lot of rewatches. I've rewatched this about 3 or 4 times now since I've gotten it. I like it even more every time I rewatch it. Alright guys, so that does it for me for this year. My top 10 lists are complete. I'll see you in the new year. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Stardust. Can subscribe at the end of this video and check out some other videos I have done. Thank you for watching. I will see you in 2018. Wow, 2018. Holy shit.